Welcome to Cricket Sasa Tutorials. This tutorial is regarding the stats of any player. The best option to check the stats of any player is through the standing page. To go to the standing page, please click on a main menu, then click on a standings. So on standing page, by default, it will be showing the team stats of a current year. But we want to check the stats of a player. To do that, first we have to select the division in which player is registered currently. Let's say we want to check a player's stats who is registered in a Premier Division. So we will select the division first, and also we can change the year if you want to see his or her the previous year's stats. But for now, we will leave as it is for the current year 2021, and we want to check the stats of a player who's registered in the Premier Division. Now you have a 4 options to select with: division only batting, or a full batting, or division only bowling, or the full bowling. So let's say I want to check a player batting stats who's registered in the Premier Division for 2021. I will click on a division only batting, or I can click on a full batting. So let's just click on a full batting. So here it will show the actual ranking of a batsman in the Premier Division, and the difference between the div only and the full batting is, in the full battings, it will include the players which were actually not registered in this particular division. In our case, we are taking an example of a Premier Division. So it will not have, include all the players which even were not included into the Premier Division, but they did play at least a game in a Premier Division. Means, like in Cricket Manitoba Association, for example, we have a different division, and any player who is registered in a lower division, they can go and play in any one team other than the division which he or she is registered to. So say, for example, a player who's registered in a Division 1, he might have played some games with the Premier Division. So full batting will include not only the players who registered in that particular division, but also the other players who were registered actually in lower division, but at least played a single game or one game in a Premier Division, or more than that, or more games, I should say. So anyways, so now this is the current year, 2021 year in the Premier Division. The full batting standings are. So from this page, you can get directly information relating to the batting of any player. You can get the basic stats. Like, for example, Pubudu, he's registered with the Bloomfield. He has played 5 innings, and all of those in all the 5 games, he was out. Total runs he has scored in the 5 games is 208, with the average of 41. His strike rate is 105. His highest score in a game is 102, and he has only the 100. It is cutting a little bit information here, so of course it will have a more information here, like how many 50s he has made and how many 6s and 4s he has scored so far in those 5 games. And the same thing you can check for a bowler. Like if you want to check the bowling stats, so you can click on a full bowling button. So for whatever the division you have selected and the year, it will show the ranking of a bowler. Let's say here, Jitendra Matharu, he's registered with the Cosmos. he has played 4 games. In 23 overs, there is a no maiden. He conceded 73 runs and he got 11 wickets with the average of a 6, and his economy rate is 3.17. So these are some basic information you can get related to any bowler or a batsman by clicking the full batting or full bowling, or maybe the division only or the division batting button by selecting the division first. But if you want to see a complete, or I would say the more detailed information related to our player, so you can click from this standing option onto the name of a player. So this is the one way, and also for the details for the detail of a stats, there is another 2 options which I will show at the end. You can access the details of any player stats by going through the scorecard or by clicking on to the player's name through the players list. But anyways, let's focus first here onto the standing page. So from here you can get the basic information directly by clicking the bowling or batting option and selecting the division. You can see the basic information of all the players. But if you want the basic information in that particular division, or maybe the full division who has played that game in that particular division, you can see the basic information of a bowler or a batsman. But if you want a complete insight or detailed stats, you can click onto the name of a player. As soon as you will click, it will take you to the page which we called as the players analytics or the players stats. So here you will get a more detailed information regarding that player. The name of player here in our example is Jitendra Matharu. His batting style is his right-hand batsman. Bowling style is right-arm fast, and the current team Cosmos. Of course, these particulars your team admin can adjust. If you think any player has the wrong information here, you can ask your team admin. He or she can adjust the settings for you as a player. So let's continue with the stats. Let's see what the stats or the details of a stats of a player is available in the app through this the player analytics page. So here you can select a range. By default it will select the current year, but of course you can select a range, and of course in the start year and the end year, in the drop down list will show all the years that that particular player at least played a single game in that particular year. So basically the range system will suggest what the range you could select for this particular player. I will leave for now 2021. So for Jitendra Matharu, we want to see how his performance was during 2021. So starting from the batting stats, first we will see how he did perform against the fast bowling. And if you see further, it has been drilled down how his performance was against the right arm fast bowlers, or left arm fast bowler, or right arm medium fast, or left arm medium fast bowlers. Let's take an example. The right arm medium or the right arm medium fast, he has scored 10 runs and has faced 12 balls, and he lost or got out 1 time against the right arm medium fast in 2021. So at the end you can see the fast against the fast bowling, he has played 10 the total he has faced total 13 balls, and he scored he scored 10 runs, and he lost 2 wickets. So like here, against the left arm, he lost the 1 wicket, and here it should show at least the 1 ball. But anyways, let's continue to the spin bowling. Against spin, here is at the end is the total. He faced 29 balls and scored 32 runs, and one time he was got out while the spinner was bowling. And you can see the further breakup here, how he did perform against the right arm leg spin or left arm leg spin, right arm off break or left arm off break. So you can see the breakup here. Let's say, for example, against the left arm leg spin, he faced 18 balls, he scored 19 runs, and one time he was got out. So this was his overall performance against the fast bowling or the spin bowling. Now, if you want to check a further details, like how his performance was division wise, like here, if we click on a division wise, you can see it has all the listed division here so far is available in this league, but he has played only for the Premier Division. And you can see here number 4 under the M column, which shows he has played total 4 number of the games or matches in Premier Division, and it is just showing only the batting stats. So because we are under the batting stats column. So out of those the 4 matches, he batted in 3 innings. He was got out in all 3 innings, and he scored total 42 runs on 45 balls in these 4 games. And he scored the 42 runs with the average of 14. His strike rate is 93. His highest score in a game is 38. He has no century or not a 50. He hit 1 6 and 4 4s so far in these 4 games. Now, if you want to analyze his batting team-wise, like how did he did bat against any opposition, and of course, it all depends on to the data range you have selected. In our example, our start and end range is just a 2021 year 2021, but of course you can change it. Let's just take an example. I want to see his performance not only through the 2021, but so far what he has done between 2018 to 2021. So I will just select that date, apply the filter, and wait for the page to load. So now you can see it has the more data. So the similar thing as we were seeing it before against the fast bowling, what he has done with the breakup of each in different category, how good he is against the right arm fast or left arm or the medium right arm or the left arm medium, and similar thing for the spin bowling. So in divisions, that's where we were at before when we changed the range. Now between 2018 to 21, he has played 43 games in Premier Division. Still, he has not played any other game in any other division between 2018 to 2019, or at least the application does not have any data if he has played in any other division. So anyways, he played 43 games in Premier Division. He batted in 38 out of these the 43. He batted in 38 innings, and the number of 5, like the 5 times he was not out. He scored 946 runs in 43 games, and he faced 866 ball. His average for score is 28. His strike rate overall is 109. His highest is 112. So he has a 100, and he has 450s, and he has 54. He hit 54 sixes and 63 fours. So this is the breakup of the stats division wise. If we want to check how he did against any team or against any opponent, of course he has played with the Cosmos throughout this period. So it shows all the against the team wise whatever the matches for the Cosmos he has played, and we want to check for whatever the stats are against any particular team which this particular player has played for the Cosmos and against any other team. So, like, just take an example of Shirley Maples. So, between 2018 and 21, Jatinder Matharu has played 7 matches against Shirley Maple, and out of those, the 7 matches, he did bat in 6 innings. He was got out in all those 6 innings. He scored 130 runs. He faced 146 balls in all those 6 games. And his average for the score is, or the runs are 21. His strike rate overall against the Shirley Maple in the 6 games, his strike rate is 89. Highest score he has scored against the Shirley Maple, 48. He has no century or 50 against Shirley Maple. He did hit 3 sixes and 12 fours against the Shirley Maple. So basically, you can check how this player did perform against any opposition, and I would like to mention it here. So regardless whichever the division right now the player is registered with, it does not matter if previously he was in a different division. So if he was in a different divisions in previous years, and if he has played any game against any opposition in lower division, you will see those teams' name will show up here. Let's say, for example, he was in a Cosmos Lancers, just I'm taking an example, which is a Division 1 team, and maybe while he was registered in Division 1 with Cosmos Lancers, he might have played against AICC, or if he might have played against any other team which is registered at Division 1. So all the teams he has played against, those will show up as an opposition here, and you would be able to see how his performance was against that particular team. So the next option we got here in a batting stat is the venue wise. So you can see the stats of that particular player in any particular venue. Let's say between 2018, Jatinder Matharu did bat in 12 games in North Pitch. And actually, he was a part of the 12 games which was played on a North Pitch. But actually, he did bat only out of those 12 only in 9 innings. And what his the stats are in these nine innings in North Pitch. He got out all the times during these the 9 games, and he scored 195 runs in those 9 innings in North Pitch, and he did face 209 balls while scoring this 195 runs with the average of 21. His strike rate was 93. His highest in North Pitch is 56. He has a no century in a North Pitch. He made only the 150 in a North Pitch, and he hit 7 sixes and 16 fours in North Pitch. So basically, this is the breakup of that particular player in any given venue. So the last option is the wagon wheel. So wagon wheel information will only be available if the data has been entered properly. There is another video how to enable the scoring regions, so the players can see the stats of their the wagon wheel. That must be enabled while scoring. Please watch our video how to score, and you will get this information from there, how to enable the wagon wheel or the region selectors. So let's continue. Let's continue to the bowling stats now. So this is all information you can see related to the batting of any player that you have selected. Of course, you can select the range, start here and end here, and the system will filter all the information that has been available between these the start and end year. Now let's continue to the bowling stats. So the same thing, like as when a batsman wants to see the performance against any bowling attack, like the fast and spin bowling. So similar, the bowler might want to check like how did well he performed against the top order or a middle order or the tail enders. So in our case, what we have selected between 2018 to 2001, Jatinder Matharu. Between 18 and 21, what is the bowling stats or the performance against the top order batsman? So he conceded 521 runs. He bowled 892 balls to the top order batsman, and he got 37 wickets against the top order batsman. The similar thing, we can check how did he perform against the middle order batsman. He bowled 176 balls and conceded 98 runs and got 14 wickets. Now the same thing, his performance against the tail enders. He bowled 197 balls against tail enders and conceded 107 runs and got 13 wickets. And here is the total extras for all those the range or the year we have selected, 2008 between 2018 to 2021. He has given 182 total extra runs. So now there is a further breakup against those the three categories, like the top order, middle order, and the tail ender. Like how did he well performs against the left-handed batsman or right-handed batsman against all the three categories. Let's say now his performance against the left-handed batsman with the breakup of the top order and middle order and the tail enders. Let's say for left-handed batsman, top order, he bowled 240 balls and conceded 137 runs and got 11 wickets. So this is all information related to the left-hand batsman. And you can see the similar information you can get against the middle order and the tail order and the tail enders of who are the actual lefty or left-handed batsmen. The same information you can see against the right-hander. How did well he perform against the right-hander's top order batsman or the right-handed middle order batsman or right-hander tail enders batsman. So how many number of the balls he has bowled against any of the category, how many runs he has conceded, and how many wickets he has got so far between 2018 and 2021. And similar kind of the information, you can further drill it down, or you can get the information of any player. How did he well performed in any division or against any team or in any certain venue, and what if information is available, how well he did ball in a leg side or an offside if the wagon wheel information is available. So let's just take an example or not example, let's talk about the division wise stats, like how did he well perform as a bowler in any division. You can see Jatendra Matharu between 2018 and 21, he has bowled in 40 innings, and he bowled 232 overs, zero point 0.4 overs, out of which 11 were maiden. He considered overall 920 runs. He got 66 wicket with the average of 13. His economy rate is 3.96 during this time period, between 2018 and 2021. His strike rate is 21, and total number of the wide balls so far between 2018 and 21 is 145, and number of no balls is 10. So now we can have the same the breakup against any team, how well he did perform against any other team. The same information is available, like against, say for example, Crescent CC. He did bowl in 7 innings, and he bowled 38.4 overs, out of which 1 was maiden. He conceded 150 runs. His wickets are, so far he got against the Crescent CC between 2018 and 21 is 12, with the average of 12, economy rate 3.91 against Crescent CC. For the 7 games he has played between 2018 and 2021. Whatever his strike rate was, how many number of the wides he has against these Crescent CC, and number of no balls. So the similar information is available. How did he did perform in any venue? Let's take an example of a south pitch. So he has bowled in 5 innings in south pitch. In those the 5 games, total overs he bowled is 30. 1 was maiden, and he conceded 119 runs. He got 9 wicket in south pitch, with the average of 12. His economy rate in south pitch is 3.7 between 2018 and 21. So I'm mentioning again here just to make sure, so you guys realize it, that all this information is based on to the range, whatever the range start and end years you have selected. And of course, all this information will be changed as soon you will change the date range. So if the wagon wheel information is available, like in the case of Jatendra Matharu, there is no wagon wheel information is available, but I will pick in another player which we have on some information available, so you can see what the wagon wheel will look like. But at the very last, at the very bottom, on the field stats, that's where it will give just the division wise breakup only. Like in the Premier Division, he took 39 catches and he did run out 2. There's a no stumping because he's not a keeper. So that's the information you can get, or the stats related to any other player. There, so we landed onto this page to the player stats through the standing. There is another couple of ways that you can directly access to this page, and how you can do that. The one option is you can go to the main menu, click on the players, and click on, then choose the option, the player list. So you can click any of the player, and it will take you to the same the page that we were at, where you can see the stats or the insight of a player. Let's just take an example here. Anyone, most randomly, let's just pick anybody. Let's say for the Adil Nawaz, I just click there, and it will take you to the same page where we were seeing all the information. I just want to see if maybe this, yes, this player has the wagon wheel information available. So all other information is the same. So no matter if you are coming through the players list of the player page, or you're coming through the stats or the standing page, or you can also click on any score sheet or scorecard on the name of a player, and you will come to the same page where you will be able to see the all stats or data available related to that player. So let's just talk about the last thing before we will end this video, that this is how the wagon wheel will look like. So of course, whatever the data is available between the start and end year, so onto the batting stats or even the bowling stats. We already talked about the division wise, team wise, and the venue wise. The information we were missing for the wagon wheel. So of course you can see for the batting, while these guys were batting, his team was batting. They have enabled the information for the region selector. That's the reason why we are able to see the wagon wheel. But while he was bowling, so of course the other team who was scoring at that time, they did not enable the the region selector, and that's the reason why there is a no wagon wheel information here. The rest is the same, so no matter whichever location you will click, either from the scorecard or from the player list or from the standing page, you will see exactly the same information. Let me show you the last option like I talked about through the scorecard. You can go to the results, by click the main menu and then choose the option here, results. Let's pick any game. Let's say maybe for example Lions 2 to the Crescent Stallions. Please watch our video regarding the score sheet or the scorecard that will explain what information is available on any scorecard. But let's just continue like how you will access players related stats through the score sheet or the scorecard. So simply you can pick onto the or you can tap or click onto the name of a batsman or in a bowler on a score sheet or scorecard, and it will take you to the same page where you have all the information or the stat information related to that particular player. Hopefully this will be helpful, or this will